Back to Libya now, where Muammar Gaddafi has launched widespread offensives with reports of live ammunition and airstrikes used to regain control over the eastern part of the country. With British troops on standby, the U.S. is also gathering its naval forces across the Mediterranean, triggering fears of possible intervention. For more on this, we go live to RT's Paula Sleer, who is standing by with the latest. Hello, Paula. So Libya is on the edge of civil war, and we're hearing about the situation. Tell us what you're hearing about the situation right across the border from you.
Well, we're certainly hearing that there's a lot of serious fighting, predominantly in eastern Libya. The cities where this fighting is concentrated are Zawiya, which is some 50 kilometers from the capital Tripoli, and Ras Lanuf, which is an oil-rich port. Having said that, though, it's very difficult to ascertain exactly who is in control in each of these destinations. It really depends on which media you access. According to Western media, most of the east of the country is firmly in the hands of rebels, but we're hearing a very different tune from government spokespeople and from official Libyan state media. So on the one hand, while the fighting is happening on the ground, there's a very different fight happening in the media, almost an information kind of war. It seems as if each side is trying to make its impression. If we look at Zawiya, the rebels were fighting there this morning. We're hearing from Gaddafi forces that they sent in reinforcements. There were airstrikes. We know that live ammunition was killed, but we have no indication at this stage as to who is in control there. Now, what is clear is that Colonel Gaddafi is really going to all extremes to push back, to make his presence felt. In an interview he gave and in an interview his son gave today, Saturday, both of them denied reports that the east was in the hands of the rebels. They said that they were in control, that everything was calm, and that any kind of reporting that the government was killing its own people was simply untrue. They blamed the Western media for what they have termed propaganda. It is worth saying, though, that there are no official figures being given in terms of how many people have been killed. We do understand that dozens of people have been injured and dozens of people have been killed, but it certainly will be some time before we have any kind of independent verification on those numbers.
What are the Libyans who fled the troubled area saying about the possibility of foreign intervention?
Libyans are increasingly concerned. I've been speaking to Libyans on this side of the Tunisian border, and here too they express what we're hearing coming out from the other side. People here simply do not want the foreign community to get involved. They believe that any kind of humanitarian assistance very often is an excuse for military aid and military intervention. The latest news we have, though, is that the British government today, Saturday, confirmed that it was deploying to Libya within the next 24 hours. We know that they say that this deployment is for evacuation and humanitarian purposes, but as I'm mentioning, many people here are concerned that it will also come with some kind of military aspect. It is very doubtful, say people here that I've been talking to, that the international community will respond purely on humanitarian reasons. We also know, and we're hearing, that American planes have landed in Tunisia. Reportedly, they're carrying humanitarian packages in the form of food items and medical supplies for refugees. But again, people I've been speaking to here on the border throughout the course of the day raising concerns as to what else might be on those planes.